Hey all you cool cats and kittens, welcome to our podcast. We've decided to call it No Ball Games. Let's get into it. So I suppose we should introduce ourselves really. I'm Michael.
I'm Bruno.
This podcast is basically just going to be us getting drunk and talking crap.
Talking shit all the time.
Just like we do most of the time, to be fair.
Any Friday or Saturday evening. So it should be interesting.
USP we've gone for is the added element of copious amounts of alcohol and copious amounts of bullshit as well.
Thought you were going to say something else.
So Bruno, why don't you tell everyone where you're from?
I'm from Portugal.
Dark, you son of a bitch, where you from?
Okay, born in France and moved to Portugal. Why not?
There we are. The truth, finally.
You cannot handle the truth.
And I'm from a quaintly disgusting town called Uxbridge. Those that have heard of it will know exactly what I'm talking about.
Come on, tell the truth. It's not exactly Uxbridge. Go into more detail. I think you come from a different place.
No. So, I suppose we better address the biggest news in the world right now. COVID-19.
Thought you were going to talk about something else.
Deportivo La Corona.
La Corona.
It's big news across the world at the moment. Obviously, a lot of people have been affected, either through contracting the disease, the virus, or people passing away and people losing family, loved ones, friends,
Shit.
Bit of a shit situation, isn't it?
It's just shit, man.
We're all in lockdown,
Not for long. Well,
following
I don't know.
government guidelines. So we've got family and friends that are actually part of the NHS, either nurses or admin staff,
Yeah.
and they're having a really tough job right now. They're doing an incredible work. We'd like to personally extend our thanks to everyone working in key roles right now in the NHS and in other industries. You guys are heroes, and we're all very proud of you and very thankful to have you.
I would like to extend that back to my colleagues back in Portugal as well, because I
Yeah.
have a lot of them working in the health industry, and I know they're going through a really tough time. So a big round of applause for them, if I can say that.
Yeah, big time. Well, let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's go. So, the lockdown's been a bit crazy here, really, isn't it? When it all kicked off, started, people
How long now?
panic buying, toilet roll mainly, collecting them like Pokemon.
I don't know what people thought about it, because
Yeah.
why are you going to buy toilet paper if it's a virus that...
Well, they must have assumed that they're going to die shitting themselves.
Diarrhea, probably.
Yeah.
Death by diarrhea, that's probably exactly what they thought.
Yeah, but it's like the people stockpiling. Obviously, it's calmed down quite a bit, but the people that were stockpiling food. And I saw one woman on, I can't remember what TV show it was, one of these morning shows, talking about it. And she's obviously telling that she's done it, bought all this like fresh food, vegetables, other stuff, and her kids wouldn't eat it, so it all went to waste.
Yeah, but for what? When you have
Exactly.
people that need it,
And
it doesn't make
your
sense.
kids wouldn't do it. And I'm pretty sure she was just like, well, I don't see a problem. They can just get more food.
Yeah, but they won't get more food anyways. She's wasting money and she's wasting food anyways.
It's mental, mate.
It's
What
just
sort of
fucking idiot.
mental thinking is that? Unfortunately, there's a lot of people out there with that mentality of thinking.
And I think they waited too long to impose the rules on buying only three things at the same time.
Mm.
Yeah, it took too long. It was 2-3 weeks until they started to impose that, and that's too much.
Well, it was difficult. I'm not sure if they really expected people to be that fucking idiotic.
Yeah, but after fucking 2 or 3 weeks, come on, you need to impose those rules, because it was not only here, it was everywhere. But still, toilet paper, I don't understand it.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to understand why you're gonna shit yourself to death.
Well, who knows?
I don't know, man.
Well, it's mad. What else was it though? It wasn't just toilet roll. Obviously, hand sanitizer.
Hand sanitizer.
But I can understand that to a degree, but buying it in so much bulk.
Everyone in this country is now a baker, because flour's gone off the fucking shelves.
That's all I see on Instagram and otherwise is people posting pictures of the banana bread that they've made.
Well, I'm gonna say a name. Did you see Nick posting
Yeah.
banana bread on Instagram?
I saw it. Apparently everyone is now a baker, but only banana bread.
But Nick is a master baker. It's different.
He's a masturbator, you've got that wrong.
Sorry, master baker. Sorry, Nick. Let's
So,
give
yeah.
you.
So, what are you drinking, Bruno?
Little Jack Daniels, apple, Jack Daniels.
Jack Daniel's apple. Ooh,
Very good. Very good.
delicious.
Taste of apple, like the
I'm,
name says it.
I'm also drinking that, so my reaction was completely over the top.
Oh, yeah.
I'm also
Well,
drinking a lovely little IPA, Brewdog Punk.
I'm gonna go for
You
the
tried it
Corona.
before?
I think I tried it with you once. when
Yeah, I
we
think
went-
when we was in Reading, this Brewdog there, we went there. with
Yeah,
Liam.
or that night we went with Lewis around the London
Yeah.
tour.
Yeah, I think that was a log we tried then. But
I don't remember, but I'm gonna go to the Corona
Mm,
next.
it's a
I'm not
blend.
afraid. I'll
yeah,
take
we
it.
should say
I'm not American.
we have taken full advantage of the drop in price of Corona beer because everyone apparently seems to think they're associated with it. Or
They're the
they've caused
cause.
it.
They're the cause of this.
Yeah.
Them and the Mexicans.
Well, yeah. If you're an American, they certainly believe that. But yeah, so we've taken advantage of that. We've got quite a bit of that, to be fair, and we're going to smash it out.
Violently.
So let's talk about something that has also affected us massively due to this outbreak: the freeze on all sporting events,
Mate, that's killing me.
mainly football. We've been absolutely killed.
UFC.
Just the sort of thing you'd need in this sort of situation in lockdown. Nothing else much going on, but they had to do it, of course.
Mate, you
Even
know,
doing it behind closed doors, he putting players and staff at risk. I read somewhere that even doing a game behind closed doors, you'd still have like 200 people involved, playing staff, people at the stadiums,
you have to.
others.
You have to have the people that
Yeah,
prepare all the
so that's
grounds
200
before.
people in a small, well, not a small space, but fairly close to each other.
Did you see the news
interacting.
today? They were saying that they're trying to return the Premier League to return soon, but the stadiums will be empty. But they will put like little boards on the stands, like fake people on the stands, so that the players can think there are people around them
That's
watching the
brilliant.
game.
That's brilliant.
In
What,
the
do they think they're like fucking idiots? They all just walk into
I don't
the
know.
like,
I don't know.
Oh, the stadium's full.
But did you see on
Look at
Taiwan?
all these people.
I saw one on Taiwan. They didn't stop anything, any football events, nothing. But they didn't allow people to go watch the games, and they had like those cardboards on the stands, and on the speakers they had like sounds of the crowd when the guys were playing football. It was
Sounds of the
massively
crowd.
insane.
Sounds of the crowd.
Yeah,
That's brilliant.
it was insane.
Those guys are living in 3012.
You had like the supporters chanting, and stands are fucking empty, and the players are just
brilliant.
like, "What the hell is this?"
That's exactly what you need. You feel like they're really there. Did they also put some of the chants that you'd hear over here in there?
I don't think so.
Referee's a wanker,
Yeah, that would be fucking nice. Man.
you know, swearing at specific players,
That would be interesting.
throwing a couple of racist terms because there's a lot of them in the stadium.
I'm pretty sure it's going to happen here in Premier League. Oh no, I cannot say this word, sorry. I was going to say a bad word, so I'm going to shut up for a second. You know what's the most excitement I had for the last couple of weeks?
What?
Regarding football? Watching Premier League football players playing FIFA against each other.
I haven't bothered me. I
There-
find that irritating.
No, there's a tournament. Andre
FIFA is
Gomez was really
not an
good.
enjoyable game to watch, is it, FIFA?
Well, especially when the majority of the players don't know shit what they're doing.
Well, you can see that by their performances on the pitch most
Yeah.
of the time. Andre Gomez, a prime example.
Yeah, but he actually plays FIFA nicely. Him and Bernardo. They-
Maybe you should stick to that.
I think so. Especially after he broke his ankle. I think it's the best
that was a
way.
bad one. But also, there were other sports in the world, Bruno. I don't know if you know.
No,
that.
I know.
But obviously, we're big fans of UFC and boxing as well.
I was
obviously, all
telling
of that
you.
has paused. We missed out on Khabib versus who was it? Ferguson.
That would be a good match. A
yeah.
good fight, yeah.
So I rewatched that fight between the two women. What was it? Jedrzejczyk and
Oh,
was it
Joanna and the Chinese
Weili,
one,
was it?
Wei Li, yeah. That was brutal.
brutal. One of the probably the best UFC fight I've ever seen.
We're talking about women and men in global. It was really
That'll
insane.
be like a Hall of Fame fight.
Yeah,
one
did you
day.
see the swelling on
That was
Joanna's head?
incredible, wasn't it? That hematoma.
It looked like a bloody apple.
Wow.
Fuck
She got beaten. She gave good, but I think
Well,
the Chinese girl won that.
It went the distance,
Yeah.
but she was beaten up completely during the entire fight, which was good.
So yeah, I mean, obviously UFC cancelled. I heard the other day though they're planning to do a couple of behind closed doors events again.
They want to do it in the UFC camp
Yeah.
where they do the Ultimate Fighter seasons.
Oh, that little TV show they
Yeah.
have. Yeah.
I think they want to do it there, but come on, how much money are they going to lose on pay-per-views, for example? I
Yeah,
don't think
I mean-
anyone's going to watch a fight between Khabib and Ferguson in that little crappy ring.
I don't know. I think people would pay for it.
They probably will, but it kills all
You
the
can't go
hype.
there and watch it, can
But,
you?
but
So
it kills the fucking hype if
Yeah,
you have them
everyone's
both
confidence
fighting there.
is-
There's nothing else there.
yeah,
Who's that blood going to? Those people in the first row need that blood in the face, mate.
they never get it in the face.
I wish they did.
So well, it is disappointing, obviously, and I think people, and the big thing about the Premier League especially, people are talking about what should they do, and people are obviously like, oh, they need to bring it back as soon as possible. That's the sort of, it's a difficult way of thinking because we're all sat there wishing for it, wanting it, but at the end of the day, until it's safe, it shouldn't be done.
That's the thing. It's the players, man. It's their safety. It's not even ours because we're going to be home. We're not going to be allowed to go to the games anyways.
Yeah,
It's just the safety of the players. That's going to be a massive
not
problem.
just the players, but everyone involved in it.
Yeah, I'm saying mainly the players because it's the 22 that are going to be involved on the pitch.
You know, what
But
about the referee, ref?
the referee, the side, the
Linos,
the linos, anyone in the bench.
the people in the VAR room. We're all concerned about them, surely.
Well, they go, yeah, completely. I think everyone's worried about them. Very concerned about their
It's
safety.
constantly on my mind.
And it's just down the road.
It's constantly on my mind.
It's literally down the road. We can go there and help them.
Yeah, I don't think they'd let us in. We'll get a red card.
I don't know.
Bruno, spit or swallow?
That's a random question.
Answer. Tell us.
I'll swallow.
Swallow.
Yeah. What about you?
Well, my mum and my priest always told me it was rude to spit, so swallow. Always.
Especially the
So
priest.
all you guys and girls out there wondering, spit or swallow, there you go. That's 100% of the people in the room agree.
Confessions of an altar boy.
Yeah, that's my other podcast, Bruno. Don't tell me about that.
Shit.
So let's move on. I heard you've got some. We're going to do a little section I thought of called Weird News.
Yeah, I found it.
I might give it a different title.
Like
Weird Bruno's Weird News, something like that.
I don't know, mate. I don't know. Look,
Looney Bruni.
Looney Bruni. That actually sounds very good.
That's your outlaw name, isn't it? The one we've seen on all those posters.
Yeah. Wanted dead or alive. Especially that.
Yeah, preferably dead.
Yeah. No, I found one that's really weird when I was going
Only
through.
one?
No. The first one. I found one that says a lot of things about the Swedish government.
Well, tell us.
There's a Swedish city that dumps chicken poop on parks to deter holiday celebrations, so that the people don't go to the parks. What's your
Good
thoughts on
idea.
this?
Does chicken poop smell particularly bad?
Yeah, mate. They're dumping more than a ton of chicken poop.
Ton. Where are they getting it from? They're
don't
working
know.
these chickens to the. They're just overfeeding these chickens until they shit like buckets.
Fucking hell, mate. I don't know what's happening there, but it's
They've got
insane.
battery farms just for chicken shit, not even collecting eggs.
Yeah,
or
it's the city of Lund.
Lund.
Yeah, Lund. It's insane, mate. Why would you drop a ton of chicken shit?
Why would you not?
Like, you might have people that still go there. They might get some kicks off.
Not being funny, Bruno, but you walk around West Drayton on a hot day and it smells like 50 tons of chicken shit has been dropped on it.
Yeah, true. But
Other fragrances are available.
I'm not really sure that's because of the chickens.
It either smells of chicken shit or marijuana. I know what I prefer.
Me too.
Chicken shit, right?
Yeah, obviously. Nobody here takes drugs.
What's come on then? Anything else? What else?
Wait, there's an Indian engineer that
What's his
designed. I don't know. It doesn't say his
You're an
name.
amateur. Isn't
It doesn't say his name. I don't want to know about his name. But he
Hey,
designed.
Matt,
He designed a bike that he called the COVID-19 bike that keeps the riders 5 feet apart from each other.
How big is the bike?
It's massive, man. You should see this picture because
Let me have a look.
the bloody bike is
He
massive.
hasn't designed it, has he? He's just stuck two bikes together.
I think so. That's if you look at
You
it.
can't reach the handle with the pedals or the handles.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Is it motorised?
Well, but this is a very important one, and I think this actually
Different
shows.
story now, is it?
Yeah. It shows that the people in Colombia are very aware of what's happening, and they're stop buying.
Before you continue the story, Bruno, I was actually going to ask you what the people of Colombia are up to during this epidemic. It's all I can think about. That and obviously the VAR.
Right. honestly, these guys know what they're doing there because the sex toy sales in Colombia took off amid of COVID-19.
Wow.
Wow, they're going crazy in Colombia.
What sort of stuff they buying?
Like vibrators and dildos.
It's just women then you're
Yeah,
talking
just
about.
majority. Yeah, obviously women. It's
No,
insane.
no men have bought any sex toys.
No, there's if you go on any online sex
Well, you
shop.
don't know then that these men haven't bought those.
Yeah, they can. I don't know. They can do it. They,
They
can
can,
buy it
of
for their
course they can.
spouses and.
Buy it for themselves, Bruno.
Yeah, true.
Don't judge.
Everyone does whatever. No, no judgment here. We all know what I have in my bedroom.
Yes, and his name is Kenneth. How is Kenneth?
Laying down now. He's tied up. He's tied up with
A
somewhere.
little asleep.
Yeah, he's a little bit asleep. The roofies are kicking in.
Whoa.
Who said that? No. But there's if you go on any online sex shop in Colombia, you will find a red banner saying sold out on every single one of them. They
Wow.
don't have anything.
So, I mean, that's ruined my Saturday plans.
Well, you were going to Colombia?
Well, no, I was going to go on a Colombian sex store website, obviously, after you told me that story.
Okay.
What
Interesting.
next?
This one doesn't make any sense because, Guinness World Records are just stupid. So there's a man that took 43 wet sponge hits to the face just to be on the Guinness World Record book.
It's funny because he's taken how many? 42 wet sponges?
43.
43 wet sponges to the face, and he sounds like the human definition of a wet sponge.
Oh, but wait. This was to break a Guinness World Record while social distancing.
Was the person 2 meters away from him?
Apparently, yeah.
Okay. Where was this? Where did this take place?
In Idaho.
Idaho.
Well,
The potato state.
what can you say?
That's all they're known for, they're potatoes, isn't it?
Yeah. Honestly, I didn't find too much today. These are the only ones from today. There's nothing else. There's one that says that a giant mask was stolen off a lion sculpture in Chicago.
A giant mask.
Yeah, 2 men stole a giant face mask that was placed on one of the iconic lion statues.
Why was the lion wearing a face mask?
I don't know, they probably don't want him to get COVID-19.
Keep him safe.
Yeah. So the 2 guys...
They are aware that a statue doesn't come to life, though. It's not night at the fucking museum.
Mate, it's American people we're talking about. They probably watched it.
Where was it? Times Square?
Chicago, in front of the Art Institute of
Chicago.
Chicago. It's not English, is not my first language, okay?
Well, I don't think you know what is.
Chicago.
So they've stolen it from Chicago. Chicago, Chi-Town, Windy City,
Chi-Town.
murder capital of America. Did anyone shoot them?
No, they just ran away.
I suppose
With
the
the
schools are closed, aren't they?
I don't know. Also in Florida, talking about marijuana, I don't want to laugh on that one. I'm just ignoring it on purpose. Also up in Florida, going back to a conversation we were having about what do you prefer between chicken shit or marijuana smoke.
I love going back. Come on.
A barrel filled with 90 pounds of marijuana washes up in Florida. It must be like fucking Christmas for those guys there.
Yeah.
It would be
Who
better.
found it?
The police.
Ah, fucking hell.
We all know what's gonna happen with that. They're all gonna smoke it. 80
That's going into the
pounds.
evidence lockup, surely.
Yeah,
They're
10
gonna follow
pounds.
the law, the letter of the law.
Of course.
As it is, aren't they?
10 pounds is gonna go into the evidence locker. The other 80 are gonna go back on the street.
How much do you think that would sell for in the street? How much is that worth?
I don't know, man. A lot. 90 pounds of marijuana will be a lot. 90 pounds of dank.
Dank weed.
Dank weed.
Give me that dank weed, son.
That should be a lot. There was another one. This one is weird. Labrador retriever is changing his fur from black to white. It's literally getting patches of white and black. So he was completely black. Now he's changing into white. So as you can
Is this true, or has someone just painted him?
I don't know, mate.
Show
It
me the
looks,
picture.
it looks like a cow, mate. Look at this.
He looks like a Dalmatian or
Yeah,
something.
he's literally changing. Look at him.
What an adorable doggo.
He is. He is.
Good boy.
He looks like a panda, but I saw something today as well. I'm not too sure where I saw it, but
That's good.
no, apparently USA Air Force
Yes.
pilot fighter took pictures of a UFO and Trump was calling him a bullshitter and saying he was delusional.
Oh, didn't they release it? Didn't NASA release footage of supposed UFOs?
Yeah, but Trump was saying that they were crazy, that it's bullshit. It cannot be.
I saw people on YouTube going a bit mad about it, saying it's confirmed, it's 100%.
Well, I don't know. But
What do you think? Do you think there's other life out there?
I don't know.
Existential question.
I'm not sure. The question that I have is, did he stop in Florida before?
What, the alien?
No, the pilot. Did he stop in Florida before, where that dank thing washed up and then went on flying?
Yeah,
or
he managed to pick up a couple pounds.
couple pounds
Before
and
flying
then
off.
he saw a little UFO. I don't know.
I reckon he was, whilst he obviously hotboxing his airplane,
I think so.
probably said at the time of seeing the UFO, either this weed is really strong or I'm seeing a fucking UFO.
I think it's both. But you know, Ginge actually today mentioned to me, and this is going to be really good news for almost everyone in the UK. McDonald's is thinking about opening in 2 weeks' time.
It's funny you say that because there was my grandmother, my nan, told me a story a few weeks ago where I think she was out in a lovely little town in West London called Hayes, in the town centre, just doing some shopping for food, and spotted a young family, mother, father, children. I'm not going to describe them exactly as she did, but let's just say they were rather rotund. And apparently they were going schizo, kicking off dinner time outside of McDonald's because it wasn't open. And my first question was, who are they going schizo at if no one's in there?
COVID.
Were they just like random passers-by? They were just shouting at them like, "It's fucking closed, mate! I need my chicken nuggets!"
I don't know why you don't describe the people, but then you make that kind of accent.
Just an accent, Bruno.
Okay.
What am I going to do with my fucking kids now?
Just remind me of your brother.
Yeah, that's fucking mental, isn't it? Who are they going mental at?
I don't know, mate. I'm surprised they didn't break into a McDonald's.
I'm sure they were trying.
I'm sure there are places here that will do. You know, in Southall, McDonald's is open actually. The drive-thru.
Is it?
Yeah, it's one of the only.
Yeah, I think the drive-thru is open, right?
Yeah. But why would you go schizo at McDonald's?
Especially when it's closed and there's no one fucking in there.
Well, I understand that if you're that kind of person,
Really,
you only
you're
feed your
going
child that.
like, on your own. There's no one you're going mental at. You're
me my-
literally just going mental.
Give me my chicken nuggies
It's my chicken nuggets.
in Hayes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to imagine that in Hayes.
Mate, what
Without-
a sight. What
without-
a sight that must have been. What a
without-
spectacle.
I don't
Feast for the eyes.
know. I'm trying to imagine them with knives and everything.
Yeah,
McDonald's
every single
magnet.
family member probably had one. And stabbing at the shutters.
Including the 2-year-old.
Yeah. That one has a machete.
Bigger than him.
A machete.
Machete.
Right, is that all your weird news?
Yeah, for now, yeah.
Yeah.
There's not too much. I try to see. I think there's more news, but they're like 2018, 19, so they're not recent ones.
Is it?
So
I only care about recent news.
Yeah.
Old news isn't news.
Old
It's
news is
old
old news.
It's history.
fuck yeah. Pardon my French.
Let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Which one?
I'm not going to.
You're not gonna indulge me on this
I'm not
one.
going to indulge you on that.
You're not gonna indulge me on this one.
I feel like you're trying to lead me down a corridor of throwing abuse and shade at you, and then you're going to try and make out to people that you're the victim.
Oh yeah, but I am actually the victim.
You're not a victim. You're a
Like-
fucking dickhead.
True.
I'll tell you what. Anyway, Bruce, speaking about news,
Shit. Here we go.
you are a filthy foreigner. You're disgusting.
I'm legally allowed to
You're
be.
an illegal alien.
I'm legally allowed to be a UK citizen.
Show me the paperwork.
No, I'm allowed to. I haven't
You're
done the
allowed to.
paperwork yet.
Mate, anyone who comes in the country can fucking claim that.
Why?
You've got no evidence.
I've been here for almost 6 years.
Where's the evidence?
I don't know.
Exactly.
It doesn't exist.
Anyway, speaking of being a filthy, disgusting foreigner, how do you think this pandemic is going to affect immigration to the UK
It's gonna affect.
and Western Europe in general? Because obviously Italy, France, Spain and the UK have huge cases of people contracting it and, you know, a high amount of deaths from it.
To be honest, and being someone that works in an industry that's highly affected by this, I'm pretty sure that it's going to affect the traveling to the UK a lot, to the UK and outside of the UK as well, because I don't think you're going to be allowed to fly to Italy, for example, Italy, which is one of the most affected countries in this case. Spain, for sure, you're not going to be allowed as well during a long time. But flying to the UK, people from those countries, I'm pretty sure it's going to be completely impossible for them to fly here.
What do you think they're personally going to actively avoid it, or they're just not going to be allowed?
They're not going to be allowed. I don't think they're going to be allowed until a vaccine is found and everyone has the bloody vaccine. You will not be allowed, because even to travel, I heard people talk about it, and I heard in the future measures will be taken, like if you don't have the vaccine, you're not allowed to fly. Which actually makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense, to be fair. What you're describing is Nigel Farage's dream, really, isn't it?
I'm an avid supporter of that country.
Yeah, I'm sure you are.
No, I'm not.
As a filthy foreigner, he must be right up your alley. You're the poster boy for Farage's campaign, aren't you?
Wait, that was his left arm. Not right, left.
Left, yeah, we know what he uses that for. Anyway, I'll tell you what, actually, hear me out on this. So, obviously, certain people would be very happy to see complete stop of immigration to the UK from probably any part of the world, really. Nigel Farage being one of them, certain members of other parties as well. Now, do you think there could be a conspiracy out there that suggests certain people or certain agencies, certain government organisations are responsible?
Might just call it by their names.
Are responsible for the outbreak? Do you think this is a man-made disease and it was inflicted upon the world by a group or, a party of people?
I wouldn't go down that road, but I think
there are a lot of conspiracies out there.
There are. In my opinion, I think it's man-made, but
it's man-made. But I feel like it's man-made through idiocy and fucking greed.
What I think is somebody back in China, in Wuhan or whatever, where they had that center for
the Wuhan clan.
Yeah.
Their sales of their music must have dropped massively, the Wuhan clan.
Yeah, it's like Corona.
They're a tribute band of the Wu-Tang clan. I don't know if you know about this, but the Wuhan clan are a tribute act of the Wu-Tang clan.
I saw them back in Camden.
It's a Chinese group.
I saw them in Camden.
Yeah.
No, but
so
I think...
they must not be doing much now.
To be honest, I just think it's a fuck-up. I think it's a fuck-up because there were reports from 2015 from people investigating something called COVID-19 as a virus. And I think somebody fucked up.
Well, it's really just an unidentified virus, isn't it? It's a name for an unidentified virus, really.
I just think somebody in that laboratory just fucked it up and released it.
So you think it came from a lab?
Yeah.
You don't think it came from the consumption of meat, of exotic animals?
If it did, because there was a theory that one of the bats actually escaped from the
facility,
lab.
That's what you're suggesting.
Yeah, and he was caught and eaten by the guys in the market. And that's where it started.
I like the image of that. He was caught and eaten. I imagine he escaped the lab. In his little brain, he's thinking, finally freedom.
And the duck
flies, and then boom, someone grabs him with a net or something.
Yeah, you fucked.
And literally starts frying him alive, because that's what they fucking do.
Yeah, I know. You just hear that
all
voice.
These creatures alive.
That scorpion voice.
Get
over here.
Mate, it's disgusting. I hate it.
Did you see the images from the market?
Yeah, I've seen it.
It was... It's not
cuts
even...
me to my core, mate.
The thing that really, really kind of touched me properly was seeing the dogs and the cats.
Yeah, see, this is the problem. So people will kick off and get up in an uproar about seeing dogs and cats treated that way, right? Because we're used to them being our pets in our somewhere, a member of our family. But it's the way they treat all the animals like this: rats, snakes, koalas. Do you know what a pangolin is?
What?
A pangolin.
No.
Pangolin, whatever. It's a mammal, but it's like scaled. So almost like an armadillo. But have you seen it? Yeah.
Yeah.
They are critically endangered, and these people are cooking them and eating them.
They're hunting them for just food.
For food.
Yeah.
And they don't need to. It's not cultural. I completely reject that claim. It's because they want to.
It's just because they're fucking idiots. That's what.
If it was cultural, their government wouldn't have suddenly put in these strict things in place for the consumption of meat in China. Have you seen it? Huge sanctions.
No, I've seen
about the certain types of meat that they're allowed to consume. If it was cultural, they wouldn't have done that.
Well, why would you eat bat?
It's greed. It's greed. Because they want to, they will.
Okay.
And if an animal is critically endangered, especially you shouldn't treat any animal in that way.
No,
full
not
stop.
any.
But if an animal is critically endangered, use your fucking head and stop doing that. That's my message to anyone out there that does that sort of thing.
It doesn't make any sense. Any kind of animal.
But, yeah.
You know, I know. Okay, you're talking now more because you don't eat meat. I do eat meat. I do understand where it comes. Mistreating the animals, the way they do it with cows, pigs, anything. But
It's the impact that that industry has on the environment around the world as well. It's more than the aeronaut industry. It's more than
it's everything.
the felling of trees industry, farming. It does more than that. I mean, it does tie into farming, but the meat production industry has a huge impact on the environment across the world. Not just the way they treat the animals, which I hold a problem with.
It's
It's
disgusting.
bigger than that.
No, it's disgusting.
And you look at, for example, the way nature is now taking back over with the absence of human in industry.
But if you've seen, like we said, Venice,
Yeah,
they have dolphins.
they had
The
jellyfish
blood
back.
Yeah.
Not just that, across the world, animals are moving back into areas that they previously couldn't have gone to.
But did you see the bears? Some bears in Russia. You have some stags back in America, in the middle of the towns.
Yeah.
So well, earlier today,
The
we
problem
saw
is,
Jay
as soon as these sanctions-
James posting the stags running outside of his house.
Yeah.
So you see.
I saw a badger the other day walking a dog. I've not seen one for years around here.
So no people outside means that the animals are coming back.
The problem is, as soon as these lockdowns and restrictions go away,
Everything goes.
everything is going to be tripled to make up for lost time.
No,
And
yeah.
all of this, all of the way nature has started to heal itself, the world has started to heal itself slowly, very slowly, will be completely undone within a day by the human race, and our impact will be massive.
I don't know. We'll have to see what.
Struggling with that bottle there, yeah.
Yeah, mate. Trying to open a bottle of beer with a hammer, it's not a really good thing.
I've never struggled with that.
But with this
It's
hammer.
because you're not worthy. It's Mjolnir to those listening.
Yeah, I'm
Thor's hammer bottle opener.
I'm not.
Absolutely brilliant.
I'm actually not worth it.
You're not worthy, mate. You're not. I didn't say you're not worth it. This is the L'Oreal advert.
It's both things. I'm not worthy and worth it.
Yeah. So I mean, that's. I think we covered quite a bit there.
Yeah.
Let's move on to one of my sections, Bruno. You're gonna enjoy this. So, Anita, have you got any shot glasses?
Anyway?
Shot glasses.
Yeah, I do.
Grab a couple of shot glasses quickly.
Jesus Christ. Let me find where I put them.
Perfect. So, what liqueurs have we got? Is it just the ones we got here?
Rum, vodka. The pink vodka.
Pink vodka. What flavour?
Strawberry vodka.
Yeah, bring that out.
White rum. That's not a good idea.
Other types of rum are available. Oh, tequila rose.
It's tequila. That's better.
Okay, we're shotting that, are we? We'll do a couple of other shots as well, so it's not all mad. So if you want to pour out 2 of those, please, young man.
Young man, that's not me for sure. I don't know what this looks like, but this looks like disgusting.
This looks like disgusting.
It looks disgusting. I don't even know why I have this in the house, to be honest.
Well, clearly you bought it in preparation for this. Right, let's get into my section.
I'm literally...
I'm calling it Truth or Lies.
You're literally getting me in the curb on this one.
Truth or Lies. Dun 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 dun.
We need to get some sounds.
Right, so I'm going to read off 5 sentences to you, Bruno.
5?
5. These are laws from around the world,
Mm-hmm.
and I want you to tell me if it is truth
Or a lie.
or if it is a lie.
So what's the shot for?
However many you get wrong,
I'll drink.
we will both do a shot. I'll do it with you.
For each one,
Each one you get wrong. If you get them all right,
we do a shot again.
we're doing 5 shots.
Okay.
Because there's 5 of them.
Okay, makes sense, makes sense.
So let's start. Number 1. It is illegal to hike naked in Switzerland. True or lie?
It's a lie.
That's a lie, you say. It's
Yeah.
not. You're saying it's not illegal.
No, of course you can hike.
It's the truth.
No, it should be a lie because nobody's gonna do that. They're gonna fucking froze to death.
They did do it. That's
What?
why it's a law.
Well,
So
shut.
German and Swiss travellers decided to take naked hiking and make it a thing in Switzerland.
Really?
And because it's illegal to be naked in public, you can be fined. They made it a law.
Wow.
So that was wrong. So
Shot.
let's do a shot.
Bottoms up.
Slancha.
Slancha. This is absolutely the.
Oh, that's rank.
I blame Jade on this one. There you go.
Okay. Number 2. In Portugal, it is illegal to own an alpaca.
That's the Portuguese guy.
Is that true or is it a lie?
An alpaca.
Illegal.
I think it's true. You cannot own one.
It's a lie. It's legal.
What?
You have alpaca farms in Portugal, my
Mate,
friend.
I should own one of those. I didn't know about
They're
that.
brilliant. I love alpacas, man. They're cool.
I should
Right.
have one. Well, Slancha.
Shot.
Are we actually supposed to stay sober until the end of this podcast, or?
No. We're meant to be trying. Wait. Before you pour that, let's. Should we try a shot of the
Captain Morgan.
the Captain Morgan mango and pineapple? It's cool.
Yeah, let's try it. Let's mix it with a little bit of tequila rose that's there.
Why not?
Because I'm not gonna get up to get more clean shot glasses. Fuck that.
Something tells me this is not going to be an enjoyable shot.
Yeah, I know. If you need anything else, this is so. Look at the color that it's rank.
It's curdled.
I don't want. Thank you. Jesus, I'm spilling all over.
It smells nice. Right, so got that one wrong. Let's move on to the third one. In Sweden, it is legal to own an ocelot. Legal. Truth or lie? You know what an ocelot is?
Yeah, I'm thinking if it's legal. I'll say it is legal. It's true.
That's a lie.
Again?
It's not legal.
Man, I was thinking you were taking the logic of
You're bad.
false true, false.
There's no
true.
logic in this game.
Are we really gonna do
Yes.
this shot? This looks like a brain was dumped inside the glass.
Yeah, ours
Screw it.
probably.
Oh,
That's not too bad.
it's not. Yeah.
Bit of a burn. Rack up 2 more, please.
Shall we do half this time?
No.
Last one.
We'll do the mango one again. It's not
Last
the last
one
one. We've got 2 more.
No. The last one we'll do half.
No, we're not. We're not fucking animals.
Okay. I thought I was. Sorry. You can carry on. I'll listen.
I think you need to top that one up, mate. That's what, you doing, half a shot?
dripping all over the bloody.
It's because your hands are shaking because you're under the microscope here.
Duress.
You're terrified.
I'm under duress here.
What are we on them?
Jesus Christ.
Number 4. It's illegal to wear a suit of armour in British Parliament. Truth or lie?
Legal or illegal?
Illegal. To wear a suit of armour in British Parliament.
Just for the fun, I'm gonna say it's false.
It's true. That's a law that dates back to 1313.
Why are you not allowed to?
That prohibits it.
I'm just.
I know, I'm gutted, mate.
Yeah, it would, that's what I was saying.
I was
should
literally
be.
going to march in there in my full suit of armour that I have at home and just watch. And I got there, they were like, excuse me, you're not allowed to wear that in here. I was like, what?
Where's that written down?
What? Well, if you know, they were like, obviously I was like, yeah, like you say, where's that written down? You were like, have you not read the law? 1313, son, we made that.
Well, not you. You're Irish. Don't forget that. Fuck. No, we're going back. We're going back to the tequila.
Why?
This is tasting weird. This should be good with Coke. Coca-Cola. Sorry.
No one asked you to clarify that.
I needed to. I felt the need to clarify this.
We're on number 5, Brenner. You've got every single one wrong
I'm
so
not
far. This is
surprised.
not good.
I'm not surprised, man. Anyway, we were gonna drink it all the time, so
Yeah.
doesn't make a
We're going to
difference.
get those shot glasses because a lot of these sections that I have will require the consumption of a shot.
Consumption.
Final, truth or lie. It is illegal to wear a mask in public in Denmark. Truth or lie?
Can I call Nick?
No.
Do you have help on this one?
This isn't Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
I don't know. I would say it's true.
Correct.
Wow.
It is illegal, and it's a very controversial law, Bruno.
But I think it
I'll tell
would be
you why.
illegal everywhere.
They want to stop people covering their faces in public spaces.
Yep.
This includes masks, helmets, scarves, hats,
Hijabs.
fake beards,
What?
and even burqas.
Fake beards.
Fake beards. Why are you wearing a fake beard?
I don't know. You might want
Do
to
you
rob a
reckon, I
bank.
reckon... Yeah, who's doing that, to be fair?
I don't know. You might rob a bank. You never know.
Did you like that section, Bruno?
It was interesting.
Yeah?
I don't
Oh,
want
did
to know
you
what's
enjoy-
coming next.
We're
We're gonna drink it anyway, so
You got 1 out of 5 right.
that means
Very
a
disappointing.
piece of shit.
It does mean you're a piece of shit, but it also means you need to do a forfeit, and you need to do the last shot.
Yeah, but I'm doing the last shot.
Yeah,
So are you?
I know, but
Okay.
it's a forfeit. You're not meant to be so happy about it.
Oh, sorry. I'm very
Look annoyed.
I'm very annoyed. Sorry.
Conte,
Boy, how can I be annoyed if I'm drinking alcohol?
easily.
I'm never annoyed when I'm drinking.
You are a violent alcoholic. I know that for a fact.
It only happened once, and she tried to take my whiskey glass.
Yeah, and no one's seen her since.
I need to clarify this. We need to clarify this. I didn't kill
What needs to be clarified?
I didn't kill the waitress. I just said to her I would kill her if she took my whiskey.
That sounds like the sort of thing the person that killed her would say.
I actually said it to her twice, but I was joking.
You were not joking.
Looking
You were
her dead
very
in the eye.
aggressive. She was a tiny, tiny woman, about 5 foot, if that. And she was petrified.
Actually, I never seen that girl again in the pub. I think I ended her career as a waitress.
Her career. You think a bit too much of yourself, mate.
I don't know.
Right, Bruno, I'm going to read off a couple of things I've got here for you. This is. I'm going
starting.
to read off some Urban Dictionary.
I'm starting to take this podcast as a personal thing, pointed at me all the time.
You are a state. I'm
Oh.
just addressing.
Okay.
I'm just asking the questions that people want to know. The people want answers, Bruno.
We can never have our friends on this podcast. There are going to be too many questions.
You start providing answers, and there'll be less questions.
Where's the body? What?
Right. I'm going to read off some Urban Dictionary entries for you, Bruno.
And I need to say what it is.
I want you to try and guess what
Can I
the
Google it?
definition is. No, you can't. A registered text offender.
A registered text offender.
Yeah.
Somebody that texts people in a very sexual offensive way.
It's weird how your mind works. You went to that instantly with no encouragement.
Because that's what it comes.
You needed no encouragement or guidance to go straight there.
Wait, you said text offender.
Someone who is known for sending back-to-back texts without a response in between.
Oh,
You are a registered text offender, to
I
be
am.
fair.
I just constantly send messages.
You send 5 texts that could fit into one.
Or maybe more than 5.
Each one is like a 3-word sentence.
Yeah, that's actually true.
Right, next one. Bro Osama bin Laden. What's the definition of that, mate?
Bro, Sama bin. Fuck knows, mate. Bro, Sama bin Laden.
Bro Osama bin Laden.
I don't know. It's a
No,
bro.
it's-
It's some kind of a bro, but I don't know what kind of bro it is.
A friend that you never see, he's always hiding or just at home. Next one. Irish handcuff. I take personal offence at this.
I actually don't know, but I'm very curious.
When a person is carrying an alcoholic beverage in each hand at the same time.
How can you be offended by that?
It's cultural appropriation.
That's goals, man.
You like this one? Charizarding.
I cannot say what's coming to my mind. It's too much
Say it.
for this podcast.
Say it. Just filter a bit of the more offensive parts.
can't.
Shall I just do the definition?
It's probably better.
When you light a girl's pubes on fire, put it out with your jizz, then flap your arms and say, "You don't have enough badges to train me."
I was actually thinking about lining up the pubes and putting up with the jizz, but I didn't know the
Oh man, that was brilliant.
Seagull.
Oh.
Do you have more?
Yeah, I've got more. I think I've got 2 more. Shexting.
What?
Shexting.
Shack, not sex. Yeah, not
Ting.
sex.
Shexting.
I have no fucking clue, mate, but that's gonna be nasty.
Texting your friends, loved ones, or even your annoying co-workers whilst taking a dump on the porcelain throne. Shitting plus texting equals shexting. I do that a lot. I do
work,
that a lot.
at work, especially at work.
I've answered a video call to a couple of friends whilst taking a shit.
Like the other day, I was taking a dump, and somebody calls me on a house party, and I'm like, yeah, why not?
Who was it?
My friends from Portugal.
Which one? Say their names. Right, do a shout out, mate, if they're your friends. Give them a shout out.
Leo and Hulk.
Leo and Hulk. Shout out to Leo and Hulk.
I was literally taking it up. They didn't even notice.
Inside.
They didn't even notice. That's how quiet I was.
They fucking noticed. They could smell it.
Yeah, probably. From a mile away.
Right, final one. Screwveneer. Like souvenir, but screwveneer.
I have no fucking clue.
Anything that you keep, whether stolen or given to you, from someone's house after you've slept with them. For me, it's normally money or gold.
Okay. I'm not
What
gonna...
do you take? Virginities.
Dignity.
Dignity. Well, listen, if they're sleeping with you, mate, their dignity's been long gone.
It's been gone.
That's the final dictionary quote I've found. Have you found any?
No.
Didn't think so.
No. I was too busy working, mate.
Right. Moving on, Bruno. Let's talk about the second biggest news in the world right now.
Second? Okay, maybe second.
Tiger King.
Ooh, Joe Exotic.
Dun.
The only J zookeeper.
Give us a synopsis. Give us a quick explanation of it without spoilers for those that haven't seen it. Fuck it, put spoilers. I don't give a shit.
It's just about a fucking zookeeper with a mullet that has 2 husbands. One that actually knows what social distancing is, at least between his fucking teeth.
Not anymore. He's got them done.
Yeah, he got it done. And the other guy that I'm pretty sure he wasn't gay.
Yeah, that's a what a wild roller coaster of a TV show that was.
It was interesting. First episode gets you straight to it.
Insane.
The thing, I didn't like it that much in the beginning. But out of moral code, I decided to watch it all.
Persevere.
Yeah, and then it became interesting.
It's brilliant. I think it is an amazing piece of documentarianism. I personally think it wasn't a documentary, however, and it was actually a comedy film.
Mate, it's fucking funny. What do you have to say about his country voice?
What, the country songs?
Yeah, it's definitely him.
Beautiful pieces of composition of music. Absolutely wonderful.
Well, who sings it?
I like Here Kitty Kitty. We won't sing any or play any for copyright reasons. I don't want to be paying Joe Exotic any royalties. But I also liked I Saw a Tiger.
I Saw a
Brilliant
Tiger is
songs.
very good.
Answering your question, however, did he sing them? No, he fucking didn't.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely no way in this fucking earth he sung those
Absolutely
songs.
not. I don't know, mate. Looking
But
back,
let's talk more about the Tiger King documentary.
looking back,
We've
at
seen
the
a
show.
lot that's come out afterwards
Yeah, I've
from
seen-
particular people that were involved.
Yeah,
I think one of the maddest points of it was when she identifies. I think she's no gender now, is she? He, well, I say she. They are no gender.
oh, you're talking about
The one that got their arm bit off.
the no arm Filipino.
Yeah, they got their arm bit off.
Yeah.
And that was mad, wasn't it? And his response was to put on a different jacket and pretend he was the fucking paramedic.
You saw the paramedic
Yeah.
jacket. What the fuck?
What was he doing? Call the fucking ambulance.
You just see him putting his jacket strap on his bloody gun. And there you go.
Over here they would have called an ambulance. You know why they didn't do it over there?
Because it's
It costs you like 500 quid each time to get an ambulance.
But if you don't have a health insurance, yeah.
Well, even if you have, who knows?
But those people, I'm pretty
That
sure
was
they wouldn't
mental
have.
though, wasn't it?
And she went back to work 5 days later, man.
Yeah.
Fucking insane.
And he's feeding them out of the Walmart out of date meat.
Out of meat
And the
pizza.
staff are having to pick that meat for themselves as well because they're not getting
You saw
paid enough.
it looked like when they were taking the food out of the van. It looked like those people that go to Tesco to
The reduced
items, and they're almost fighting.
You've never bought anything from the reduced item.
Actually, no, because I don't want to fight anyway.
Mate, I will elbow a granny. I don't care.
They're waiting at the door, at the back door for
To
the
be fair,
people
that
to
stuff's
come out.
normally meat-based products, so I don't buy any of that.
Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot you're a vegetarian now.
Yeah. Why do you say that with such disdain?
I'm not disdain. I just forgot you were. Not disdain.
You said that with pure animosity.
Animosity.
How dare you? Anyway, let's keep talking about Tiger,
No.
right? So let's talk about a particular character in there.
Which
we
one?
talked about Joe Exotic to a degree. No, not yet. We'll talk about Doc Antle,
Oh,
the
Like
what
the
do you
god.
call himself? Spiritual scientist, something like that.
yeah, something like. He was
So that
right.
I feel like that documentary led you on a certain path to believe certain things about people, and this is what Netflix tend to do in their documentaries. They lead you down the path of this is what is true, and it tries to make you form your own opinion. They do that in a lot of their documentaries, particularly this one. Now they've obviously portrayed him to be a controlling pervert. I've seen interviews with him afterwards, so it's almost his word against theirs. These women they're focusing on are like his daughters.
Well,
Well,
you
that's
don't
what they're
fuck
saying.
your daughters.
And this woman that's talking so much about him is apparently a nut job. You watched something I want to talk about actually. One of my favourite podcasters out there, True Geordie.
Yeah.
Shout out to True Geordie, everyone. If you get a chance, go and watch him on YouTube.
It's actually really good.
He's brilliant. He's obviously done an interview over Skype with this guy Doc Antle,
Yeah.
and he's telling all this stuff like this is the truth. This is what it really is. This is what they told us it was. It's something completely different. It turns out.
From what it turns out,
He's-
but it's always like that.
He's saying that they've told it to them that it's a documentary about tiger conservation and big cat conservation across the world and how some of these parks in America could be vital, right? And obviously that's not what we were shown.
No.
So this is where it becomes his word against Netflix's,
Yeah,
basically.
but you were just shown a
But
war
what-
between Joe Exotic and the other.
What sort of made me lean towards believing this guy was Carol Baskin's simp husband, the little bitch boy.
Actually
We'll get
liking
to
him.
We'll talk about him in
Yeah.
more in depth. But he obviously came out and said very similar before, my man Doc Antle did,
Yeah.
and said this is what it was sold to us as, and this is what it really is.
Like regarding Doc Antle, the funniest thing I've seen is that guy that went to. At a certain point, he comes up in the show. Also, a guy that has some tigers and lions, but he's not well known.
Oh, is it the cartel guy?
Yeah, no, not the cartel guy. The other guy, he looked like a homeless guy. I don't remember his name.
No.
And he went to Doc Handle to have a little chat with him to learn more about lions and tigers. And he, when he gets there, he goes like, "Fuck this! I don't want to know anything about tigers. I just want to know how he can keep 5 women without having problems." This guy's a god. That's what he was saying.
So do you think who was the other guy? The one with
The cartel guy.
no, the one that took over Joe Exotic's park with his fit wife.
Oh, the guy that had always the bandana in his head.
Yeah, he was a weirdo.
He was a weird guy. He looked like one of those from the
They're
Detroit
both weird,
Mafia.
him and his wife. Like she is
Yeah.
pen, don't get me wrong. but-
She is banged, but he actually looked like a Detroit mob
Do you think
guy.
he befriended Joe Exotic and basically
To take his
sort of
business?
to usurp him?
Probably.
Yeah, I think
Because
I
he
think
showed up out of
I think
nowhere,
he
you know?
double crossed him and shafted him.
I think he showed up from out of nowhere, and apparently on the documentary there's a part where you see that he actually collaborated with the police in
Yeah.
giving them information about Joe.
I'll tell you, the biggest snitch was that fucking blob,
Which one?
the really 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 fat guy.
Oh,
He was a snitch, bruv.
man, what the hell did he
He
say?
was a bigger snitch than Takeshi 6ix9ine.
Yeah. Whoa.
I'm saying it.
I'm not sure if he. Well,
I'm
okay.
saying it.
I think it's toe to toe on that one, but he actually snitched everything.
He's a fucking snitch, bruv.
He snitched everything. But that's the thing, if you think about it, even the things they showed on the documentary, then you have that guy that was the producer of the documentary. When he was interviewed afterwards, he was telling about the gruesome things that Joe did to the animals.
Oh, the euthanization. Yeah.
And the time that an old woman went to his zoo with a horse, and she was saying, "Oh, I cannot have him at home. I cannot take care of him anymore." And he said, "Oh, don't worry, we'll take care of him." As soon as she left, he just shot him in the head and fed him to the tigers.
Yeah.
you know. So
See, this is the problem. We don't know what's true and what isn't, really.
no, that's the thing. It's the word of those guys against Joe or whoever it is.
Yeah, and the problem is they all appear so crazy that they're not probably taken seriously.
But they all look fucking insane. All of them. Come on. Let's talk about her. Carol Baskin. You look at her. She looks like fucking insane since the first minute of the documentary, and I don't know. And
so, speaking of Carol Baskin, for me, she turns out to be pretty much the main protagonist of the documentary, and it goes away from Joe Exotic to focus very heavily on her. And I suppose my question to you, Bruno, is: do you think she did it?
fuck yeah.
You think she did? You think she
Of
killed her
course she
husband
did.
and fed him to tigers?
Come on, of course she did. There's not
Wow.
even a fucking question on that one.
Wow. I'd like to know what happened to him. It's all a bit up
Hazy?
in the air. He's apparently disappeared. There's no trace of him after all these years. No body.
What, did he go back to Cuba to
Yeah,
open
no,
a
it was
brothel?
Costa Rica.
Oh,
wasn't it?
Costa Rica to open a brothel.
Yeah, well, if he did, fair play to the lad. Well done. Bet you're making money.
Fucking hell.
But yeah, so, I mean, I also personally think she did it, but then is that Netflix leading us down that path
I think
to
it
form
is.
our own minds for us?
Because if you think about it, it actually leads you down that road.
Very much.
It does it when they're talking to her. It does it when they're talking to Joe Exotic.
Yeah.
Also, when they're talking to any of the other guys they interview, they always ask them about Carol Baskin and the disappearance.
What I will say is,
of her
though,
husband.
if she did or she didn't, I don't know what made Joe Exotic think he needs to be the one to take her out and hired a hitman.
To kill her.
I say a hitman, it was someone who worked for... Oh, that was it, Jeff was the other guy.
That worked for
Jeff's
the guy with the
friends,
bandana.
and
Yeah.
worked for him to convince him to do it.
Fucking-
And why did he just say, yeah, sure?
And then chickens up.
Yeah, apparently chickens out. But what I will also say is she does come across as a very manipulative and controlling character.
Oh, she does. But come
And
on.
that fucking simp pussy husband of hers,
Fucking nuns.
absolute, yeah, looks like one. He just seems like an absolute whelp, you know,
Man, he just has the money as well.
like a wet flannel.
It's funny because she only marries guys that has money.
You saw that picture of them where he's like on his knees with a collar on,
Yeah.
but she's got him on a lead.
But that was on the wedding.
Yeah,
That was in the middle of the
that,
wedding.
and to be fair, that is literally the photographic summarization of their relationship.
Yeah, he's a dog on a leash.
Yeah,
Simple as that.
cat on a leash in the picture.
Well, Cologne. What?
So yeah, I think he's an absolute melt. This guy,
He is.
he annoyed me so much.
He's
He's
a-
got like, no backbone.
piece of shit.
And I'm not one of these people that say that you can't show your softer, sensitive side in a relationship. 100% you can.
Yeah, but that's
But
not
this
a soft
guy
side.
is he's like a
melt.
melt.
He's an
Yeah.
absolute melt.
He's beyond soft. He's water, you know.
He has no spine.
Yeah.
No spine at all.
Absolute pussy old mate, that's what I'm going to call him. So yeah, you fully believe she did it.
Yeah, I do. I think 90%
I also
of the
feel
people
like
do.
she probably did, but I also feel like, we've probably been guided to believe that.
We might have been, but again, you don't know.
The other question that remains is, should Joe Exotic be released from prison?
I don't know, mate. Probably not. Because everyone that was interviewed afterwards, they say that he got what he deserved.
He's mental.
Yeah, he is absolutely mental.
Someone like that belongs in an institution of some kind.
You saw his YouTube videos where he
Yeah.
put the doll saying it's Carol
Oh,
Baskin
he went
shooting
mad
her.
with that vendetta.
And I'm gonna have her head in a box
Yeah.
by Christmas, whatever.
I think he needs to stay behind bars.
He needs therapy.
Where,
He needs
and
therapy.
not just for the crime of hiring a fucking hitman to kill
Because he's
someone,
fucking
but because he's
insane.
not right upstairs. He needs psychoanalyzation. He needs help from, the correct authorities. Personally,
He has something wrong in his head. He literally has something fucked up. I don't know what's. He probably will be released. How many years did he get? 22?
I don't know.
I think it was 22. But funny thing, did you see his new haircut from the prison?
It's
He
not
went-
any
he-
different, is it?
He went from the mullet, but now he has a little
Like a fringe,
fringe.
curtain fringe.
Oh my god.
like a theatre curtain.
Fuck me, man. And
Yeah,
he's
I
still-
think what I will say is I think the biggest crime of the entire documentary was his haircut and his tattoos. Fucking
no.
shite.
Let's not talk about the tattoos, because the worst one is the other one that
Yeah.
said "property of Joe Exotic" in his bloody stomach. Fuck me,
It's a
man.
tramp stamp on the front.
He had it covered now. He had it covered.
Yeah.
Everything's good now. He had it
Got
covered.
his teeth done and all. I think he's probably thanking Netflix quite a bit.
But you know, my question is, how does a guy like Joe Exotic, an absolute weirdo, get two young kids, because they were literally kids. It's not a question for myself.
So what you're asking me is how did he get these two young...
How does he incite two young kids that are clearly not gay,
I can answer
clearly
that
not
question.
gay, to marry him,
I
be
can
in a
answer
relation with him?
I can answer that question with one word. Meth.
Okay, makes sense.
Meth.
And the
He got them hooked. Well, apparently got them hooked on drugs. They were hooked on
yeah,
drugs.
they were already fucked.
Apparently
But,
he got them hooked on it. And that was what it was.
but what do you think? Do you think it was only meth, or is also the promise of, the thing about dealing with lions and tigers, that kind of thing?
There
That's
is
kind of
probably-
attractive to young people, like Doc Antle has with the
Yeah.
girls. It's attractive to them to do that kind of
apparently his
job.
girls are his daughters.
Okay, but I'm saying it's attractive for them to do that
Yeah.
kind of job.
I would say there is an element of pageantry behind it, of this wonderful notion that you're going to work with these amazing, beautiful, wild creatures and develop skills that you never thought you'd be able to develop, and have experiences that you never thought you would experience.
Yeah, when you
I
mix
would
the
say
meth
there
with
is an
it.
element of that, and then if you add the little ingredient of narcotics, that affect
heavy narcotics.
that affect your mentality,
Cognitive.
your cognitive responses as well. 100%, yes.
Jesus.
And I think that is a part of it. And to be fair, if you're talking about that being something that Joe Exotic did to these guys, then that for me is a crime.
It is. It has to be. Because come on, that guy, the one that
It's
committed,
abuse.
the one that committed suicide. How old was he when he started?
Was he 19?
dating
I
or
think he
got
was 19
married?
when he shot himself, was he?
I think so.
But there's also the guy who was in the room at the time said he doesn't think he meant to do it.
Why do you think he thinks what it was a mistake? He just pulled.
Yeah,
the
he
trigger
thinks
by
he
mistake.
says I think he said he thought the guy was just messing around with a gun and it just went off.
But it's weird, man. But then you
He
go.
was joking around
But then he kills himself. 2 weeks later or 1 month later, I don't know. Joe gets married with another young kid.
yeah, but the weirdest thing about the funeral was it turned into fucking karaoke.
Yeah, from him. Yeah, him singing songs. And you see him crying when he committed suicide outside the fucking thing, crying, and you can see those. Come on, those tears are not tears of
Also,
someone. That's a
if
propaganda.
you were at the funeral of your husband who's committed suicide, first of all, don't sing a fucking song and don't talk about your fucking sexual antics in front of his mother.
Especially.
Have a bit of
especially
respect,
yeah.
man.
Yeah, it was just insane.
Do you think Joe Exotic burned down all that equipment that other guy had there that was doing the original documentary?
I think he did it on purpose.
You
Because
think
he
burnt
knew
it?
he knew he was gonna get.
Because it was like an
fucked.
alligator house or
Yeah.
something that got burnt as
He
well,
knew
wasn't it?
it was like 10 alligators that
Yeah.
got burnt. He knew for a fact. Apparently, that's what the guy said as well. Again, it's Netflix driving us
Yeah.
literally to what he wants. But I think he had some incriminatory, like footage, everything there, and recordings of things that he said,
Yeah.
especially hiring or convincing the hitman slash friend, whatever he was, to kill Carol. And I think he knew that he was being investigated because the other guy with the banana, Jeff, whatever his name is,
Did you say with the banana?
the bandana. My name is Jeff. My name is Jeff. I think he told him that he was being investigated by the FBI and that he would be fucked.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure he tried to get rid of all the evidence.
Yeah. I think that's right. I want to move on from this now.
But my question,
But-
I just have one question. If everything was burnt, all the footage that was there for the documentary, how the fuck did they get the documentary? Who the hell was filming it again? Because apparently all the
Well, it was a
footage...
different TV show. It isn't the same footage.
It was footage that was completely different. That's what I'm trying to understand.
Yeah, it wasn't the original footage.
Yeah, it was for the other guy that now moved to Iceland or
Yeah,
whatever.
I think he's in Norway, is he?
Or something
Fair
like that.
play
It's
to
a
him,
Nordic
beautiful
place.
place.
I just want to go back to one of the things, the mental things about
Yeah.
Joe Exotic. For me, one of the examples that he's completely fucked up is when the tiger drags him by the foot. And he's saying that somebody put some kind of cologne on his shoes to make sure that the tiger would eat him.
Yeah, but I think if you're living in that type of environment and industry, taking different drugs, you would have a huge amount of paranoia.
But but that was absolutely paranoid of him, saying that someone from his crew was trying to get him killed.
Yeah, he didn't trust anyone,
what
did he?
The fuck, man. And the fact that he always carried a gun, that's a massive paranoia.
Yeah.
Saying if anyone goes
I
inside,
don't
he's
think
gonna
that's
shoot
paranoid. I
them.
think that's just, being
American.
I'm from certain states in America, we should say. But
Oklahoma,
yeah, I want to
Texas.
wrap this up with that because I want to move on. But you don't remember this. I remember, obviously, when I went onto Netflix and it had just come out, I was like, I saw that like this was pushed out. They do that at the top. They have like the newest thing or whatever.
Yeah.
I remember looking at the guy and I recognised him from. He was on one of Louis Theroux's
Yeah, I saw
Weird
that on
Weekends,
YouTube.
or one of the ones he did in America.
I see
And he seemed like a mental case on there. And that's where I remembered him from. So I watched this and I was like, this doesn't really change my opinion, to be honest. It just makes me realise that he's even, like, these people are even more fucking crazy.
But that's the thing, I just don't understand the purpose of the documentary, because if they wanted to show anything about animal cruelty or...
There wasn't much focus on the animals, really, was there?
No, it was literally about him, Carol Baskin, and that's it. And what do you get from it? At the end of the day, okay, yeah, you see a documentary about an idiot with a mullet that carries a gun that's filled with tattoos and has 2 or 3 fucking gay husbands, and a woman that probably killed her husband and has a spineless husband now, but that's it. But you see anything else? And him accusing her of this, her accusing him of that, and that's it.
Yeah. Right, so moving on from that, it was very interesting to hear your thoughts on that, by the way. Thank you for that. I want to talk about...
She killed him.
I want to talk about a little gift that I bought for us.
Little Asian.
As you know, me and you are fairly big fans of whiskey, and I like to introduce you to different whiskies.
Fairly. Did you say fairly big fans?
Yeah.
We're fucking fans of whiskey,
Yeah,
simple as
but
that.
I wouldn't say we were experts or anything like that, but we like to try out new things, especially new whiskies. So I like to obviously introduce new whiskies to you, and obviously I've told you many times that Japanese whiskies are some of the best in the world. Case in point, the Hakushu that I got you to taste before, the 25-year single malt of that has just won Whiskey of the Year, which is brilliant. It won it in 2018 as well, actually. It won it in 2020. Yeah, fair play, round of applause.
Very good.
It's won the single malt best whiskey of 2020, Hakushu 25-year. And the one that I've bought today is one that I haven't actually tried before. This one's fairly new. It's called Hatazaki. It's a Japanese blended whiskey. I did have information on it somewhere, so we'll read that. Shall we read the back of it? Here we go. The Hatazaki Lighthouse, the oldest stone lighthouse in Japan, has been a guide for sailors navigating the turbulent waters before the port of Akashi since 1620. It's a symbol of dependability, openness to the wider world, and trade, which enlarges the exchange of goods and ideas. We chose this lighthouse, which stands so close to our distillery, as a perfect icon to represent our whiskey. So that's a little bit of history and information into it.
Sounds good.
First look at it, it's very pale.
It is.
This is supposed to be quite one of the sweeter notes
How
of
much
whiskey.
alcohol does it have?
It's 40%, it says.
Might as
But
well.
the reviews I've seen are good. So it's from the Kaikyo distillery. So we'll give that a go. I'll grab us a couple of glasses.
Yeah. You remember speaking before glasses? Do you remember when we were talking about talking about Japanese stuff? Remember when we went to the Reading Festival, beer
Yes.
festival last year, and we had that Japanese beer that was really, really
Yeah,
good.
what was it?
Was it a lager or an IPA? It was
It
Japanese.
was a
IPA.
pale ale.
Pale ale. That's it. Pale ale.
It was something Nest.
I think I took a picture of that, something Nest as well. Yeah, it was actually really good.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah,
I cannot
like that.
complain about any Japanese drinks that we had so far.
Well, they do love a drink over there, mate.
Yamazaki was one of the best whiskeys I've tried. Really enjoyed it.
Right, so let me pour us both a glass of this. That's the cork coming out.
I'm
Beautiful,
just
beautiful sound.
gonna say this. This is too much alcohol we have on the table.
How dare you? There's never too much. Never too much. Never too much. There we go. Right.
That actually looks good.
We'll take a sip of this.
Sip.
We'll take a sniff first,
Sniff.
and we'll discuss what smells you're getting, like proper tasting this.
Mate,
Isn't it?
I'm not
You
the best person for that, but
What's that smell of to you?
whiskey.
Yeah, it smells of whiskey.
It smells of whiskey. Mate, it actually smells really good, huh?
Let's give it a taste now, then.
Let's give it a little sip. It's a bit bitter.
Yeah, that's all right.
It's not very sweet.
There is a little bit of smokiness to it,
Yep.
which I don't normally enjoy, but it's not heavily smoky.
No, it's good.
So it does have that hint of sweetness, a little bit honey-ish, should we say?
It's really pale.
Very pale, yeah.
Never seen whiskey this
Yeah,
pale.
that's decent. That's quite nice.
It is.
We'll have to have a couple more glasses of that, won't we?
The bottle?
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll think about it.
Right, yeah, so that's us just trying a little bit new whiskey out for us guys. We've tried out quite a few types of different whiskies. I can't fully remember a lot of the ones I have, but there's a very good whiskey bar in Soho called Milroy's. I used to go there quite a few times. I always say to guys, there's a Portuguese guy that worked there actually.
Thank you for taking me.
I had more important people to take. But yeah, it was a Portuguese guy that used to work there actually. He was a proper cool guy. He'd always recommend the best whiskey. So we tried like Swedish ones,
Are you
Canadian
trying to say
ones.
he's the coolest Portuguese guy you met?
The coolest Portuguese guy I've met in England. But yeah, he'd always give us good recommendations. So we try a different couple of different Scottish ones. Highland and Speyside tend to be my favourites. I'm not a big fan of Islay whiskies, which is like the island ones. But it also we tried out some American single malts rather than bourbon, some Canadian whiskies and some Swedish whiskies as well. But also obviously a lot of Japanese ones. The ones that obviously me and you have tried. We've tried obviously Yamazaki,
Yamazaki is actually
Hakushu, Hibiki. Do you remember trying that?
Hibiki was really good.
I think when I came back from Tokyo, I brought us a couple of bottles. I think I brought a bottle of Suntory whiskey, which was just their normal whiskey, single malt. But I tried another one called Miyagi Kyo, I think it was called. Very smoky. I didn't particularly like that one. But obviously we've tried Toki, Nikka, and Togoichi. If you remember that one.
I remember.
But yeah, this one's alright. So where would you rank this whiskey out of those? So obviously I'm assuming for you that Yamazaki is probably
It's
the top one for you.
Yeah, it's the top. This is a bit far from Yamazaki. Yamazaki is still my favorite. Sweeter, goes down better. It's not that smoky.
Smoother, yeah.
Yeah, it's much smoother. And I would say, out of 10, I would give this one a 6.5.
6.5.
Yeah.
There you go. Hatsuzaki, 6.5 out of 10.
It's not too bad. Speaking about drinking,
Yes.
I just remembered about one. We're talking about good drinks and everything.
Yes.
Do you remember when somebody once, not mentioning names, offered you a bottle of truffle something liquor from Italy?
Grappa.
That was probably the rankest thing we've ever tasted in our lives.
It's difficult because obviously the sentiment was very nice. You know, the
Oh,
fact
yeah,
that
yeah,
this
of course.
particular person had gone to Italy and thought of getting me a gift while they were over there, and obviously realised that I'm a fan of different alcohols and like to try new things.
Grappa.
But yeah, I mean, grappa normally isn't particularly nice, but truffle grappa
is
is
awful.
probably the worst alcoholic drink I've ever tasted.
Grappa, if we ever gonna have any Portuguese people listening to this, grappa is the same thing as aguardente,
Yeah,
that we would call
firewater.
here firewater,
For the English people listening, it's firewater.
which is actually poison.
So, but this truffle grappa was way worse than any aguardente
It took
you
me.
guys can possibly create.
It took me one day to take the flavor out of my
Yeah.
mouth.
I contemplated ending it all.
Yeah, I was really
Anyway,
bad.
moving on. I've got another section here, Bruno,
Thank not.
and this is going to involve doing shots again. So, what are you doing for a shot this time?
I don't know. I still have a few glasses, so I'll drink shots of these glasses.
No, you
probably.
won't. You'll do an actual shot.
Tequila rose then.
Okay, pussy.
Pussy. The good thing is that I'm not going to do these shots alone, so
I didn't say I was helping you this time.
Yes, you are.
Right. Ready?
Yeah.
So this is a section that I like to call rumours.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So I've been hearing a few rumours about you, Bruno, on the grapevine, if you will, on various different video conference calls.
Let me drink first.
And I want you to just basically tell me if
Yes
there's
or
any
no.
truth to these rumours at all, or if it's just completely fabricated, alright?
What if there's a little bit of rumor and a little bit of
Well then
fabrication?
that's exactly what I just asked you.
If it's a 50-50.
What I've just asked you is tell me if there's any truth at all to these rumours. And you then ask the question, what if there is some truth?
Okay. I'll try to be honest.
Unacceptable.
I'll try to be honest for the
Listen
sake of
next
it.
time. First rumour I've heard, Bruno. You survive on a diet of yogurts and pure audacity. Is there any truth to that?
Absolutely fucking true.
That's true, is it?
Audacity all the way.
Does that make up the bulk of your diet?
Yes.
Pure audacity.
Yeah. No.
In its purest form.
Oh my god. So wait, am I supposed to drink a shot now, or if it's only false?
We're gonna do.
I'm confused now.
Well, I mean, what are you telling me? That one's 100% true, isn't it?
Yeah, it's true,
Well,
mate.
do a shot then.
Fuck it. We're gonna get drunk anyway, Slancha.
Slancher. Right, rack up two more, and we'll move on to the next rumour.
By the end of this podcast, I'm not gonna be able to speak.
Well, I mean, the world would thank me for that.
My
probably.
mum would thank you. Trust me. Poor woman. Let's go. Carry on. How many rumors?
Don't ask questions during this section, alright?
Okay, sorry.
I'm asking the questions. You're under investigation here.
You cannot handle the truth on this.
Next rumour. In your hometown of Abrantes, about an hour or so outside of Lisbon, your parents live in a palace made of diamonds, and everyone else in the town lives in mud huts made out of the droppings that their donkeys shit out. Great for insulation, but not something you need in a hot country. Is there any truth to that rumour, Bruno?
The mud huts. For sure.
Yeah, well, I knew that though.
No offense to my friends. No offense to my friends back in a branch,
I've
but
been there, mate. I can clarify that.
no. My parents don't live in a palace, but the mud huts are actually true.
So there is some truth.
Yeah, there is some truth to that. Yeah, I'm sorry for all. If any of my friends or my only one friend is gonna listen to this,
No, none of your friends are listening.
I'm really sorry if I've offended you, but I don't give a
Right,
shit.
and obviously you know that means you need to do a shot.
We all do.
Delicious.
We need to buy more alcohol for the
Does
next
not taste
podcast.
very nice at all.
It's shit,
It
mate.
tastes like it's been in your cupboard for a while.
It's been.
How many years has that
Like my
been
victims.
festering at the back of your cupboard under the sink?
I don't know. We need to ask my victims. Oh, sorry. I'm just kidding. I'm just not admitting anything. I'm just kidding. It's just a private
The
joke.
fact that you've just said you're not admitting anything suggests that there's something to admit.
No, I'm kidding. Next time, you know what I'm gonna buy for the shots? I'm gonna buy the Fireball. So the Fireball is definitely the drink we need to buy for the next shots for the next podcast.
I'll tell you what to do actually. Get some Fireball, get some, Cointreau.
vodka?
Is that how you say it? Cointreau?
Is it?
Cointreau? Get some Cointreau, because I know a good drinking game for it.
What game?
So all of you take a shot of Cointreau, keep it held in your mouth, and you swill it around, and the last person to keep swilling it is like the winner, basically.
Okay, but that tastes awful.
It basically, yeah. So the idea it numbs your mouth, the entire thing, and it's not a very pleasant experience.
I'm not really sure if
Which
I'm
is the
gonna
point
do
of it being a drinking game.
Yeah, but if I have my mouth numb, how are we gonna talk in the podcast?
If you've got your mouth numb, I'm doing bits to you. I'm taking advantage.
Okay, go on. Next rumor.
Right, next rumour.
I'm still in the mud huts.
You do your elderly neighbour's shopping, but you deliberately buy the wrong products and pocket all the change.
That's false.
Any truth to that
That's
rumour?
false.
That's false.
That's
100% false?
100%
Well,
false.
you know what that means.
Don't drink.
You need to do a shot.
Again? Okay.
Right, rack up.
Why would I even do that?
Mate, I don't know. These are. I'm not saying. I've not made these up. These are rumours that I've heard from people.
I want to know the people you hang out with.
Well, I think you need to question the people you hang out with because they're the ones telling me this stuff.
No. I don't hang out with anyone.
Right.
You're my only friend.
Next rumour, Bruno, and I want complete honesty this time, alright?
Yeah, I'm scared.
You regularly wear a pair of nipple tassels that are exact replicas of your own nipples.
Wait, before I even answer to this, I just have a question. Why the fuck would you even do that?
This is what I'm asking.
It's completely false.
You're telling me that's false?
Yes, mate.
I do not believe a fucking word of it.
Trust me.
I've seen them.
No,
You
it's
meant
false.
to send that picture to your girlfriend. I don't know how you managed to send it to me.
Exact copy of my nipples.
Exact replica.
Fucking hell.
Like you've had them moulded specifically.
Cast.
Yeah.
A little cast.
You had a cast. Right, well, you know that. You're saying it's false.
I'm saying it's false.
what that
Absolutely
means.
fucking false.
You know what it means. You gotta do a shot.
This is a lose-lose game. We need to finish it because
Play a loser's game, expect to lose.
I don't even think we have enough tequila for...
Well, we've got one rumour left.
Good.
And if we don't have enough of this left, we will do shots of other things.
I know, that's the problem. Jesus.
Right, final rumour, Bruno. You fed your husband to tigers like that bitch Carol Baskin. That fucking bitch Carol Baskin.
Is that a question?
Yes,
But
it's
you
a
like-
rumour.
Oh, rumor.
The
But
rumour is that you fed your husband to tigers like that fucking bitch Carol Baskin.
what fucking husband? So it's false, mate.
Come on.
No. Not the husband.
Listen, your life in Portugal was very different to how it was here.
I didn't feed the husband. Not the husband.
So you're, anyway, moving on, you're saying that that rumour is false.
Bang. False. Completely false. But I'm just gonna say one thing. She killed him.
Right, you know what it means. We all know what it means by this point.
Drink.
Stop arguing.
And drink. I'm gonna get drunker than on a night out.
Obrigado.
De nada.
Right, so yeah, well that was rumours, Bruno. Did you enjoy that section?
Very good.
Was that good? You enjoyed that?
It was very interesting. But you need to up your game.
Yeah. I mean, well, obviously next episode I'll have to ask a few more people for their rumours about you, I suppose.
Just Google.
Well, Google has no info on you. You know, I know for a fact you've completely wiped your social imprint of
My,
the internet.
my search
completely.
history as well.
Yeah, well, thank God you wiped that because no one needs to see it.
Just in case I die, I don't want people to watch what I search. Just one thing. Because you said a word in Portuguese. What else do you know how to say in Portuguese? Because you have a very interesting
I've got
phrase.
a very limited Portuguese vocabulary, to be honest with you, Bruno. And I wouldn't be able to tell you if I know any others.
Okay. Just cerveja.
Well, dos cerveja, por favor. I would. There's a couple of words I know. Let's do it.
If you have to describe,
I'll tell you what. This is an opportunity to do a little bit of role play.
yeah. No. I'll ask you a few questions now. We're gonna wing this one.
No, we're not doing it. We're going to do a bit of a role play.
Okay,
right?
no,
Listen to
not
me.
role play. I'm gonna ask you one question. If you have
No.
to describe a munter in Portuguese, how would you call it? Well, you know the word. It starts with a B and ends with ona.
Badajon.
Taught you well, my young Padawan.
Well, let's do a little bit of a role play for the other ones that I know, Bruno. Let's just say we're on a seaside holiday in Portugal to a particular part of the Costa del Sol. Is that what you call it?
No, what were you trying to say? Albufeira, Praia de Luz. Are you going down that road?
No, we'll avoid Praia de Luz like most people.
Yeah, I don't want to
probably
be snatched.
should. Let's just say we're on a little bit of a lads trip. We're there. We're chatting away, having a laugh. Having a laugh. We've had a few beers, right?
Yeah, a lot.
Some borracho
But
comes up to us. He's Spanish, not Portuguese.
Yeah, well, obviously.
He's coming up to us saying, "Hey, you want these?" I'm trying not to do an offensive accent here.
You just sound like Alejandro.
Hey, do you want these? Sun
Jew.
loungers? You
Hey,
want
Jew.
to stay on the sun loungers?
Hey, Jew. How are you?
No thanks, mate. You know we're all right. I'll change my because obviously when I'm in
obviously.
that sort of place, I'll change my accent. No, thanks, mate. We're all right. We'll find our own places. I sound like Nick.
And he insists. Yeah, you sound like
he
Nick.
keeps pushing it, doesn't he? And obviously we hear him mutter something. He's like muttering like big deal or something. You know?
Pendejo.
He's like puta tu madre.
Pendejo. Pendejo, cabra.
Pendejo. Hey, cabrón. Like, he's muttering something. So I just turn around and go, chupa tu mate.
I was literally thinking how you were gonna put this in a way that we could use it on a daily basis.
For those who don't know, that means suck your mum in Portuguese.
Okay, carrying on. We need to move away from this.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna go into. I only taught him the wrong ones, the bad words, so it's not a good idea.
Bruno, you got an iPhone, didn't you?
Yeah.
Well, do you ever use Siri
No.
for anything? You never ask Siri anything?
Never.
I don't know. I asked Siri why I was single the other day. Do you know what she did? She opened the front-facing camera.
Well, I actually agree with Siri in this.
Oi!
Shots fired.
No need.
I'm really sorry, but I agree with Siri.
Absolutely no need there, mate.
Oh, honey, that's why you have no girlfriend.
Bruno, what do you think? What do you think David Cameron's up to now? Obviously, he's not really. I've not heard anything about the boy.
Dead.
Fucking hell! I don't think he is. That would probably be in the news.
I don't think so. There are more important people to be on the news than Cameron.
Well, yeah, us. Well, shall I tell you what I think he's up to? Shall I tell you what I think he's up to? Bruno?
Yeah.
It's one or two things, I reckon. I think he jizzes into his wife's pasta when she ate in the room, and when she eats it, he doesn't say a fucking word. He just sits there with this shitty grin on his face.
That's a weird carbonara that you're talking about.
Do you reckon he does that?
Jizz carbonara.
Well,
I actually think he's a man
I
enough
think
to
he's
do
capable.
that. He's capable of
I
doing
think
that
he's
shit.
capable. The other thing I think he does, I reckon he just sits in a completely dark room with like a really dim red light, and he just stares at erotic images of himself
And
for
masturbates.
like 6 hours straight.
And masturbates
No, he
too.
doesn't. He just stares at them. Do you reckon he does that?
I think the first one is more doable for him.
No, I think he does the other one. I think that's more likely.
Erotic images.
Erotic
of himself.
images of himself
Does
that
he
he
Google?
has taken.
Oh, okay. That's the thing. I was thinking, did he Google
maybe
them?
other people have taken them as well. I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Does he take pictures while he's jizzing into the pasta and looks at it?
Yeah, I reckon he does. Yeah,
Mix this pasta, bitch.
you dirty bastard.
Fuck.
Do you ever feel sorry for David? Different subject, but do you ever feel sorry for David Moyes?
Why should I?
Well, do you know, he wakes up, he looks at himself in the mirror.
And he thinks
And
I'm
you-
David Moyes.
Yeah, no, but the image looking back to him is like a Ginger Smeagol transitioning into Gollum.
He actually does look like.
And on top of it, he's a fucking shites manager.
He's probably the shittiest manager I've ever seen.
Cunt.
Are we just throwing free insults now? Is
Yeah.
this is the part of the podcast
yeah, but why are you asking that
where
question?
we can insult anyone?
I wouldn't say anyone, we need to be a bit careful.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Legal aspects. We cannot
For
insult
legal
them.
reasons.
We just insulted David
Right.
Cameron and David Moyes.
This is it, Bruno. We're going to move on to the final section.
Oh shit.
The final countdown. This section is just jokes.
final.
So these are jokes. Most of these are ones that I've got off Reddit. I don't know how many of them I'll tell, but we'll see.
I'm scared now.
And we'll start off with this one, right? So I just got banned from B&Q. Some dickhead in an orange apron came up to me and asked if I wanted decking. Luckily, I got the first punch in. That was good, isn't it? Alright. I'm having a charity event for people that struggle to orgasm. Let me know if you can't come.
That's a very interesting thing because it's a 2-in-1.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. I didn't laugh that much because it's not that dark as I like.
Well,
This sounded really weird. I didn't mean to say this.
alright, we'll move on. What is the similarity between a pregnant 14-year-old and the fetus growing inside her? They're both thinking, shit, my mum is going to kill me.
And she is. And she is. That's the problem.
My grandfather said I'm too reliant on technology. I called him a hypocrite and unplugged his life support.
Fucking bastard just got what he deserved. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Jesus fucking Christ, mate. Right, here we go.
Michael Ring would love this.
I took away my ex-girlfriend's wheelchair. Guess who came crawling back to me?
Shit, mate. That explains why you're still single. She hasn't crawled back yet.
I call her the snail.
That's bad, mate.
Alright, let's move on.
That's bad.
A woman visits the doctor as she has some abdominal pains and suspects she may be pregnant. After examination, the doctor comes out to see her. Well, I hope you like changing nappies/diapers. She replies, "Oh my god, am I pregnant? Am I pregnant?" To which the doctor responds, "No, you've got bowel cancer."
Shit. Shit.
Okay.
Oh god.
My grandmother used to tell us a joke. She'd say knock knock, we'd say who's there, and then she'd say I can't remember and start to cry.
Funny because it's true.
That's the end. I'm not going to tell anymore, mate. That's it. You've had enough.
The Holocaust.
You've had enough. You're in trouble. Well, I would say you laughed at all of them.
Yeah, I did. Especially.
Quick disclaimer, I am not responsible for any of these jokes. I have found them upon a different website.
Bullshit.
I'm just trying them out. You mean no offence to any individuals or parties,
If anyone will ever listen.
other than Bruno. Right, well, you laughed at all of them, and I told 8 jokes.
Well, you know
So-
my dark humor is...
You know what that means, didn't you?
Shot?
8 shots.
Oh yeah, no. You're crazy. One shot, that's enough.
You're not doing one shot, you're doing more than one shot, mate.
Yeah, one shot each time. Do we still have enough for this? 8 shots is too much. Wow. Cheers.
One shot. Right.
We'll do the rest later.
Alright guys, that was the No Ball Games podcast, episode 1. This is our first episode. Anyone who has listened and stuck around for this crap, to be honest, fair play to you. You deserve an award.
For the last half
But
an hour.
yeah, thank you for joining us. Hope you've had a little bit of entertainment. You know, this is really all it's designed to be. We're going to sort of talk about current events and things that are in the public media, public eye at the moment. But it's really just sort of light entertainment for anyone that's actually interested in it.
Yeah, just to be
So
fun.
yeah, thanks for listening.
Spend our time.
Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for spending your time
I just have
with
one
us.
thing still to say.
Yep.
She fucking did it.
Okay, we'll end it there. Thank you guys. Bye.